What's up? This is going to be a part two to the previous video, and I renamed it. I called it Interactions and Observations because it's mainly observations. So when the people that I have no reason not to like these people who I see, because they are human. They have no obligation to me. They are there strictly on their own accord. They doing what they want to do, and they don't owe me nothing. However, under the idea that we are a team, this is a team effort to make things happen at the job, to, really, we're at work. We're at work to work. This young man, to me, is one of the lower forms of coworkers. It's like a few of my coworkers are some half-ass type workers, some fake it till they make it type of workers. And when I see this, I don't like it. I don't like it because I see them doing less than subpar work. But if my supervisors are allowing this, what can I say about it? What can I really do about it to make me feel better? I've said a lot. I went to my supervisor. If I got to pick up something after somebody else, and they half-assed it. It was broken, it was tore up, and it was just all over the place, and I'm left to clean up their mess. I go to my supervisor and I say, look, bro, this right here is tore up. I watched the supervisor watch somebody tear something up and said nothing in the process at all. No intervention whatsoever. And then I was like, hey, bro, no, this was like a part of my little area, right? This came out of my assignment. So I don't want to have to fix that. I don't want to have to fix that. And he looks at me and he's like, okay. And he saw the person, he called him. Hey man, go take care of that. They fixed it. They still half-assed the fix. And these people are allowed to work, and they just like, oh man, they praise these people for being fast. And then I had a conversation with the big dude, and he says, this was years ago, I said, what do you prize more, speed or presentation? He said speed. I said, man, what the hell? Why not both? Sometimes you can have two priorities that fit together. It's kind of like a barber. Friday afternoon, Cash really ain't in a rush to get no haircut. But you're not going, if you good at what you do and you got good results, that's cool. But if you rush in here 10 minutes before, an hour before you trying to go to the club or to the movies, and you expect me to rush, I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. Because that's not what I do. That's not what I do. I'm going to give you some quality work regardless. Or if my quality work does not suffice, then you can go somewhere else. That's how I feel about it. Everywhere I go, it's got to be quality work. When I do a painting for people, when I was doing pieces for folks, I asked them what they wanted to see on their wall. What would you like? And they would point at something I already did, and I was like, okay, what colors would you like? Oh, just do anything. No, see, I understand more about the inner workings of an individual than that person will understand about themselves in that moment. Because they don't look like they're somebody that's interested in abstract art anyway. To like abstract art, you have to really just be that kind of person, I guess you could say, for lack of better words. And they look at that work and they say, I want that. I say, you want me to do that exact same thing? I can probably do that for you. But if you want something like that, I offer the option of different colors so you don't have to have the same thing somebody else got. A lot of folks don't have that mentality to come to work and do the best that they can and take care of the people's stuff. And I kind of like relish, I say, in the idea when they complain about something of theirs being damaged. man, I wrecked my car, or so and so stepped on my shoes, or I was like, yeah, like you tore up somebody else's shit too. I watch these people work. One guy goes to the break room, and he go to the break room, and that's where he go. They know that's what he do, and he just go to the break room. He'll lay down, or no, not lay down, but he ain't supposed to be in there. He go to sleep or something, rest. So yesterday I had to go use the bathroom, and they want us to let them know when we have to use the restroom. I don't do that because I'm not gonna piss on myself. And usually I'm in the middle of doing something, so I can't like stop in the middle of what I'm doing, and then, I can't go pee, and I can't ask somebody else to watch my station or watch my work while I go use the restroom. So I just go to the restroom before I get started, or I'll finish it, and then I'll go, and then I'll come back. But because I had to wait, I had to rush, so I don't pee on myself. So I go in the bathroom, I come back, go to break room, and come back, and then dude's in the corner snoring his ass off, just snoring like that. And I wanted to ask him, like, bro, you on break or you on lunch? Just so I can look out for him and say, bro, you in here snoring, like you loud, somebody gonna see you. So I go use the restroom. I walk back. I said, I'm not gonna disturb him at all because I don't know what his circumstances are. So that's one of the times where I just stayed to myself. I stayed out of his business. And so as I go back to my workstation, and I can hear them calling him over the intercom. And I said, well, I know where he at. I go in there. They called him twice. I said, man, let me go over there. Because I wasn't going to go. So let me go over here and wake dude up. Went over there and woke him up. And he was like, oh, man, they called him. He's like, for real? I was like, yeah. And then he gets up and go. Now, I don't know what they'll do. It's not my say-so that they should fire him or whatever. But if he did get fired and I hadn't said anything, would I feel bad about it? Probably not. But I will look out when I can, because any other time they call his name, they know what he do. And he hasn't really met any real repercussions behind that. And that's a funny thing. That's a funny thing. So my thoughts on him is that, he's a good person, but in the workplace, I wish that he would do a little bit more, because technically in a roundabout kind of way, he fucking everybody else. And everybody, when we get out of here, I'm like, y'all do the same shit every day. Do I have my flaws? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I talked to y'all about them as far as work go. But I just kind of don't like, it's not that I don't like the person, I don't like their work ethic. And it aggravates the hell out of me. It bothers me to no end. Like, why do y'all come to work to half-ass and do bullshit? I was working in another department, and I had to go in and go behind this dude. So I saw him fixing the material. I saw him. It was a problem. He put it back together. But then when I look in the trailer, that same piece of freight he had, the whole backside of it was falling over. There was shrink wrap on the front, but there was nothing on the back. And he really just put it on the pallet and put it in trailer like that. And so it wasn't a hindrance to me, but I didn't want it. I was like, I didn't want it to be a hindrance for anybody else. Because when I get trailers that come in, my assignment, I take pictures. I send them in. Not to say it just give me a peace of mind. I don't know if anybody else is going to look at it or whatever. But the fact that you have the audacity to do something like this all the time, at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not every day, because I don't work with them guys close like that. I don't see what they're doing all the time. But when it affects me is when I say something. And I'm looking at the situation like, okay, well, I'm going to have to move this. I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh, bro, hell no. I go get a supervisor. Hey, man, look at that. I don't want to have to move that because I didn't leave that like that. So can you do something about it? And I just go ahead and walk off. I can't deal with that. So folks, if in a situation you find yourself in something similar, do something about it, man. Don't just sit back and not say nothing, because we can't do nothing about these people that half-ass work, that they trying to finesse the system all the time. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Those who finesse the system. We can't do nothing about that. We can't change the person, but we can do something about it in order to have peace of mind. I ain't finna get out here and snitch on you. If I see you, I pull up on you and be like, hey man, can you fix that? Because I'm not gonna do it. And I told my supervisor the same thing. I said, bro, I'm not cleaning up after nobody out here. You come to my department, I mean, not my department, you come to my assignment, you leave a mess, I'm leaving it. And when it come back to me, I'll tell you who did it. Because when I tell you when they do it, you don't fix it. I've told people plenty of times, and then you get a report. When you get your assignment, everybody who touched that freight or material, their name is on that, is right next to the item. So I know I can look at their names there and tell who did it. And I said something about it. She said, oh yeah, they're not here right now. He's like, okay, cool. So I look at the number. I mean the ID number. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who did that. Next week I asked him, hey, did somebody say something to you about some damaged materials? No. You sure? Yeah. Come on, man. So what am I left to do? I don't know. So I'm saying, if you're dealing with the same thing I'm dealing with, man, just do what you got to do to make it better for you. I ain't going to tell you to, tell your supervisor or your boss or whatever. I'm not going to tell you to get them fired. I'm just going to say, do what you feel you have to do to make it better for you on the job. All right? Peace out. Hope y'all got something out of it.